Namaste friends. Today we will be learning about cone beam computed tomography, its interpretation and analysis on software. So what we will be covering today is we will learn about the nerve marking, then about the implant planning, then about the third molar assessment, endodontic assessment and assessment of pathology on the software. When we prescribe CBCT to our patient, we get a CD from the patient, and in the CD the data of the CBCT is been there. So normally we have the requirement for the CBCT analysis. We should have a laptop or a desktop with a minimum configuration of Core i3 processor. I have Core i3 and 4 GB RAM and a normal graphic card. In this software runs very smoothly. So whenever we get a CD, we have to first put it into the DVD drive and copy the content on the desktop. This is must. We should not auto run it. And normally the data size is 700 MB, 700 to 800. So this data cannot be mailed. So it has to be given in the DVD only. So this, when we open, now I have already saved the data. When we open this data files, we will find so many files in which we have to click on NNT viewer. This file is of different color, so it is easily appreciable. Then we can see patient's name over here. We have to open it. So we are here using Myray CBCT machine, and the software name is IRIS. Whenever we will first see any patient's data, we will see these windows, and we may get confused whether there are so many windows and how to proceed and all. So we will learn the tools and everything in details now. So now what we will do is, this is axial window, this is OPG window. Now you may think that the area of interest is not covered, but we have to modify and select the area of interest, and then we have to proceed. So we will modify the image according to our need. So my first concern will be, I will show you nerve marking on the right mandible. So for nerve marking, when we will go to modify, we will have all these thicknesses and all. So we will make the slice thickness. See these two green lines which we are seeing, this green area is the focal trough, and area of focal trough is clearly seen on this OPG, and these are the cross sections. So first for nerve, we will keep thickness very less. We will go to the mandible side, and this is now computer marked, but now we will mark it for ourselves. So we will keep thickness 1 mm. So this is important. And one more thing, that I will suggest you to use mouse instead of laptop. Separate mouse you should use, digital mouse, because it has many scroll and right side buttons option. Now we have to go to free hand, and then we have to go to this mandible and arbitrarily mark the nerve. So this is our mandible in axial section, and we will mark the points. So you have to click on right button, and you will have points at suppose 1 centimeter approximately distance. And lastly you have to double click it so that your marking gets completed. Now marked area 1 mm thickness is seen on this OPG and these cross sections also. Now according to this, we will adjust our points. You can just drag them wherever you want. So suppose my nerve is in the center. So see, now you can see this nerve opening, and you can see the cortications of the canal. So likewise you have to adjust here into the mandible and see how it runs. Also later while marking in the cross sections also you can adjust it. Now you can see clearly the cortications. Little cortications are not that much clear in this case, but we can appreciate the radiolucency and the cortication, a track-like appearance. Now once this is done, now I will do apply changes. So these changes will be applied now, and the area of interest is seen in the OPG. So I will select fourth option of nerve. I will select the thickness of the nerve and I will directly mark. So it's very simple in this software to mark the nerve. We will mark it into the corticated white lines in this way. Once we are done, we have to double click it. Now to mark the exit point at mental foramina, we will take the cross sections at that area. We will drag it to see the mandible and we can scroll it. Yes, see, we can see our nerve here. Now we will again take the nerve marking tool and mark the exit point. So this completes our nerve marking. Now suppose in the same region we have to place the implant in 4-6 region. But now this 4-6 region is not clearly seen here because thickness of focal trough here is 1 mm only. So we will again go to modify. Now we will increase. Now see, the thickness of mandible is approximately 10 mm. So we can keep it 10 mm. So if we do 10 mm, see, this green area is covering our mandible. So immediately you can see on the OPG, this area is more presentable, more appreciable. It's covered totally. And in cross sections also you can see. This yellow line will tell you about the cross sections. Now see, the orientation of the tooth is in this angle and the cross sections are in this angle, perpendicular. So here there is option, we can just tilt it to the angle which we want. So that now cross sections will be parallel to the tooth angulation. So this is the beauty of MyRay software. And now we have to do apply changes. Now this area is clear with the nerve marking. Now this window is axial section. We will bring it to the area of interest. Suppose this is our area of interest, mandible, and these are the cross sections. Now in cross sections is the main area. So 3 columns and 3 rows are ideally inbuilt given. Now we will increase the column size. I generally keep it to the 6 and I will decrease the row size. This is you can modify as per your needs. Now in this mandible is seen, you can drag it anyways to see it clearly. Now T is the thickness of the cross sections and S is thickness of the each slice. So it is 1 mm. Now we will scroll to come at the area of interest. Sorry. So this is our area of interest. Now we'll push it upwards because we want mandible to be seen more clearly. Now see, this is the edentulous bone in 4-6 region. Now measuring tool. This 3 number scale is measuring tool. In this there are 2-3 options. Suppose we choose the first tool and we start marking the cross section. So this is 6.2 mm and height we will keep 2 mm short. So this is 7.4 mm. So area of interest you can mark, or you can mark on each cross section to know the height and width of the bone at 1 mm distance. So suppose we are marking and you don't want that tool, you will immediately right click on the outer side. Now this red line will show this red box or this cross section. It is for easy identification, and also there are numbering given to the sections like 46, 47, 48, 49, and those are mentioned over here also. So now suppose we want to place it at the center of both this edentulous area. So this is at the center. So we will see the width and breadth at this center. in this way. And now suppose we have to check the width at OPG or the span of the edentulous area, we can mark it here also. So this is 10.6 mm. So we have marked the nerve, we have marked the cross section. Now we have idea about how much dimension of bone we have. So height is nearly 8.3 and width is 6 mm. So we can choose the implant. Here is implant option. There is implant library. If you are using particular system, you can go to that system. But now I will just show you a normal thing. So this is a fixed implant library. You can find your implant system into this and choose the implant size. Now here I will take 3.4 by 8 mm implant just for the demo purpose. We can use any color which you want, and we will insert the implant. Now we have inserted the implant, but now we will make it in a proper angulation. Suppose like this. Also we can check it in the OPG, the angulation, and we can correct the angulation in the OPG. So this is our angulated, properly placed implant. This is for guidance purpose. Now we have to check the density of the bone. So this is the option, and we can check it at point also, but I will get it in the area, so it will be more precise. Average Hounsfield unit will come. You have to mark the square and right click, so all the data will be seen. Now this is 517 Hounsfield unit. So we can also paste it here. So this completes our implant planning. And suppose you have to write some note. There is ABC option where you can write some notes and mention anything whatever you want, some special findings. Also there are tools like you can mark it. These tools generally we use in pathology or some other cases, and you can enlarge it to mark it, to specifically notice that area. So this you can use. Now this window we are using doing all work in multiplanar view. Now you can double click on 3D 3D views, and there are a lot of options. You can see many options are there. Normally a transparent bone option in this will make us have a good look of the implant placement. Then you can adjust some brightness contrast here and save this, store this. Once you click on store, it gets stored. You can store in the other view also. Suppose this is other view. Store. Suppose now you don't want the left side, so you have a cropping option. This scissor indicates a crop option. Cutting mode is there. Just have to click the points and cut the area which you don't want. So that area will be not seen. So you can store this. And you can rotate it, see the lingual side and everything you can do with this. I will do exit for 3 dimensions. Now in 3 dimensions, 3 views are there, so you can make 3 columns and you can see all the windows, whatever you have made it. Now again we will go to multiplanar view. So almost we are ready with our implant planning. Everything is done. So how to save this? So we have to make a desktop, we have to make a folder on our desktop in which this CD data was also there. I generally do that, and there is option of file and save image. So any image whichever you want, you can just save it by the name of the patient in a desired folder. It will will get saved. So I have marked it as a desktop. So I can see this picture in the, so any image that you want, you have to save it like that. So many images, any amount of images you can, suppose you want Excel section, so you can do that. Now in MPR you can go and you can find all these windows. This is Excel section, this is coronal, this is sagittal, but this window is mostly used when there is pathology or some another purpose. For implant, multiplanar window is sufficient. So this ends our implant planning. Hope you understood the software and hope you will try this. Thank you.